Today we're going to talk about AIX protection with InMage Scout. So what we've got here is we've got a quick little test set up with AIX. We've got a protection plan with a couple of AIX servers running. These servers happen to be running version 6.1, but it is protection can be from 5.3 all the way up to 7.1. So when we select this protection plan, we can see that we have a healthy RPO. We've got healthy protection across the entire plan. We can go into the plan details here, and we can actually look and see which disks are being protected. So we have one disk, the H disk 1, that's being replicated there. We also can see our RPO, our recovery point objective, is sitting right around 1 minute with the amount of change rate that's going on there. And you can see that we're running readiness checks successfully, and we're running a consistency point every 10 minutes to ensure that we have a point of consistency of that JFS2 file system that AIX runs. So before we jump into actually doing that failover of the file system, let's hop into our shells here. The first machine up here in the upper left hand corner is actually the source machine here, and we can see that we're actually running in the FS data volume VG folder, which happens to be the one that's being replicated right here. So if we can just simply list out some of the files that are available, you can see that we have just some sample files, nothing crazy here. And we're going to go ahead and create a new test file. So we'll just create a new test. Let's call it webinar. And then let's just simply add some data here. Something very simple. And then we can go ahead and we will write that information, then we'll quit out of that file, and then you'll notice that we do indeed have the new file here available for us. So what we're going to want to do is we're actually going to fail over this file system and bring it up in the target location, which is this one down here in the lower right hand corner. And you'll notice that there is no mount point for that data VG. It does not exist right now because we're actually replicating to that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to fail that over. I'm going to go ahead and start the recovery process. You simply select the web user interface, and we're going to go ahead and go down and we're going to activate the recovery scenarios so that we can trigger this unplanned failover. Now, as we select these managed recovery points, I've got an unplanned failover. So if it were a disaster, I'm going to go ahead and just simply run that process. It's going to tell us at what point in time we're actually going to recover that system to. So we'll go ahead and select next there. And we'll go ahead and activate this process. We'll give it just a couple of minutes to run through not only some readiness checks to validate that the information is going to be correct once it presents it, but also to do that rollback scenario so that we can attach that volume group to the AIX and start using that data. So we'll give this just a couple of minutes. We can see now that it's successfully done, so we simply need to connect in to our target AIX machine and attach that volume group. There's a couple quick commands to do that. Go ahead and recreate that volume group. Now we'll just do a quick check. And we list out that volume group there. You can see that we've got an LV00 log, and then we've got the LV01 that we can go ahead and mount that up. So let's go ahead and mount that. And it's replayed the log, and now if we list out the file system, you can see that we now have our data VG that's under protection. So we'll simply navigate into that. And we'll simply list out our files. And sure enough, you can see that we have our webinar file right there. We'll just open that. And voila, there's the actual data. So we just did a failover of AIX system data and presented it on a new system machine in a matter of a few minutes.